did it share? I had to stop sharing. How do I share my window? I have to pick the window. There it is. There's desktop. There's the window. All right.
Friends, humans, delighted welcome. I am, of course, the person that I am. We're here for the 3rd season of this show, so the episode count is not going to change, because who knows what's going on. I will fill you in on what we know so far. This will be the 9th chapter of the Corsairport storyline. Now, Cotton is sick tonight, so no Cotton. Number 2, Bearded has had a schedule change in his life. It's unlikely that he will be able to join us in the immediate future. The Corsairport is now the thing that we'll be doing full-time for the immediate future. I keep offering these guys other storylines, maybe abandon these characters. They're too attached. I can't get them go away from them. Mick, are you playing Meatheed tonight?
No, I'm on full board tonight.
Full board? Okay, so the overlay isn't even correct. The list Cotton is playing Buttercup, who isn't even here.
You know what? I can be Meatheed.
No, you be Fullborg if that's your intention. 100%. I want to see a redemption arc from last time, because last time he wandered around, did nothing, and was burned to death.
I mean, I really feel like last time Fullborg hit his stride. Like, he really came into his own.
At what?
At wandering around and being burned to death. I mean, what more could you hope to achieve in this life?
I mean, we did get a pretty good illustration out of it, right? A fun illustration, I mean.
That's true, we did.
Not a good one, but a fun one, anyway.
I mean, I would say it was both good and fun.
It was good for a good laugh, anyway. No, okay, you guys can only see it if I'm up here. Okay, yes. Checking that. I'll try
I can move stuff around. Automatically follow the pointer. Select follow presenter's pointer. I'm gonna try to do that.
What if I jump over to my other screens?
I don't know.
It might confuse that.
Nope, it's good. Whenever you do work on this screen, it follows it. Okay. Only on this screen. So who knows what Connor's gonna draw tonight? He's washed out the background. Anyway, I don't have any idea what's happening on this show anymore. It's complete chaos at all times. Yeah, that's it. Let's find out how everybody's been doing, because it's been a whole year. And by the way, next episode is actually going to be our 1-year anniversary minus 2 days.
Awesome. What you been up to, Mick?
What have I been doing? Really? You know what? Creative ennui. That's what I've been living in for like a month now. So let's not waste time on me. What I do isn't important. Let's talk about this book I just read last week called The Game, and it was fantastic.
Are you talking about The Game with art by conorhughes?
And written by Charlie Stickney with colors by Triona?
Let me tell you something.
Farrell, yeah.
Doesn't the game infuriate you with how it, like a T-ball, it sets up all these characters in a situation but doesn't explain any of them, and at the last minute drops a cliffhanger on your ass, and you're like, where is fucking issue 2?
Yes.
Where is it? This is why you can't get invested. This is why you can't get invested. This is why you never start a new manga series until it's 3 or 4 episodes down the line. That way you know there's a solid translator behind it. There's enough interest that they feel like doing it, that someone will read it. conorhughes and his delightful colorations and artworks sets out to create what I will call a stew of Bostonness. It's just you just sprinkle in some Boston, and then there's like some weird shit going on, and then there's a girl who can apparently create clones of herself that dances around people and asks questions. It's some weird shit. Who knows what goes on in the mind of conorhughes?
Not even conorhughes does.
Not even conorhughes does.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I was happy to get it out finally.
Excellent work.
Thanks, Rob.
Oh, that was your work, conorhughes. You were involved in the game issue 1?
Partially, yeah. That was partially my work.
I see. If someone was watching the stream and wanted to find out how they could learn more about the game or where they could purchase it, how would they do that?
You could Google Kickstarter and the game and my name. That'd probably be the best way. Right now, I'm not sure if it's in the store for our digital store, but if you want to find out more about my work, you can definitely check out at your local comic book store. White Ash issue 1 came out in stores
from Scout Comics.
From Scout Comics last week. Last Wednesday was the first day, and my comic story we actually sold out on our issues. So I was very happy with that.
Oh, nice.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I was really happy about that. I mean, I was going there to buy one, just to have one, right?
You couldn't get your own book.
I couldn't get my. I mean, I have comps, but I wanted to go to a store and buy one and talk to my local comic book store about it.
You're just gonna casually name like, oh, Connor Hughes. That's my name. Hey, I drew this book. Did anyone know that?
That guy definitely knew about it because I've gone into the store many times and talked about it. I asked him to get the books, but he actually was already ordering them to begin with. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But anyway, I mean, this is your intro, Mick. What are we talking about?
That's true.
So to get back to my intro, I would also like to talk about these excellent Dungeons and Dragon themes illustrations that robSHEPart has been up to and posting on Instagram, which I have loved every single one of. Those are great looking, Rob. I really like those.
Thank you very much. So that's what I've been working on. I've been doing a lot of non-fantasy work in real life, but I'll be coming back and doing a lot more drawing and a lot more other things in 2020. Since you've passed the baton my way, I've decided that in 2020, my next project is going to be Dungeons and Dragons supplementals, modules, adventure modules, because I'm trying to figure out what I can do in like a 3-month time period and have something complete. And so when I was drawing all the monsters before, I realized it's going to take me years to do that. And I don't know if I can do it in 3 months or maybe it'll take 6 months or whatever, but that's what I'm going to be doing, is creating these modules. And I think I might even make the modules based on, chaos or just chaos, the world building idea I've been having for a long time. So
have you ever checked out Bodhi's stuff, Rob?
I've watched Bodhi and talked to him all the time. Yeah,
like his little modules
inspiration. Yeah, he's part of the inspiration for me to do that. So,
was this why you were trying to get me to write D&D modules? Because you're out here writing D&D modules.
I asked you if you'd done any because I thought you would have.
No, that's not my thing. I play D&D. I do not create it.
Yeah.
I'll admit, someone has asked me for all of my notes for one of my settings before.
You do like plan out a show though in advance, which is kind of like creating a module, right?
Let me tell you something, conorhughes. Once we got through the first season of BattleTech, I then wrote 5 additional seasons worth of content.
Yeah.
3 years of weekly episodes. So I know exactly where that show's going. And sometimes people take it off the rails. We go different directions. But yeah, conorhughes, I write a lot.
Right. So that counts as writing a module. Like all that BattleTech stuff is definitely a module.
But let me tell you something. That's in my style. If you played 3.5, and I think it also carries over in a 5th edition, wizards, when they find somebody else's spell book, they have to spend hours decoding each spell's arcane inscriptions before they can copy it into their spell book. All right? That's how dungeon masters work. They all keep their notes in very specific, personalized styles, and you need to be a wizard in order to understand them, and then you still need to spend hours decoding them.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I don't have the production skill. It's easy to have an idea, but it takes someone with production skill to make a tabletop RPG. And you got to be even better to make a successful one.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about this, I suggest that you go and listen to some of the things John Harper or Adam Coble have done, because they're both successful tabletop RPG designers. And they've talked about what it takes to get something from notes on a paper to published and award-winning.
When we went to Gen Con, I sat in on a couple of like writers' panels where they were talking about working on RPG modules. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's tough work. Doesn't pay well.
John Harper and who?
Adam Koebel. Koebel.
Nice. So, Mick, who are you going to pass the baton to this time?
Oh, you're actually taking notes.
I thought, this time I would take the opportunity to talk about myself and the things I'm getting up to tonight with Apgamingreal, an excellent dungeon master running tonight's game of who knows what. That's why I show up. So, AP, what are you up to tonight?
Well, I injured myself over the break. I've gotten my ass kicked at the gym repeatedly. I'll tell you what, today, I'll say this. I said to myself at the beginning of the week, you know what? If a bunch of teenage girls can get through cheerleading with smiles on their faces the whole time, I'm gonna walk into every gym session smiling. I'm gonna walk out smiling. You know what? It's a lot harder than I thought. It's incredibly difficult, and I give them huge amounts of respect because my normal way of walking out of the gym involves either swearing or what I would call a slow trudge.
Yeah, I hate going to the gym. It's awful.
I haven't gone in a while. I'm feeling it. It's awful.
What I look forward to most about going to the gym is coming home and having a Dr. Pepper. That's what keeps me going.
It's the little reward that you give yourself after going to the gym that makes it all worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's reasonable. As long as your second favorite thing is running on that treadmill, Nick.
No. I mean, what keeps me running on the treadmill is the thought of that Dr. Pepper and sometimes getting a burger to go with it.
Ah, yes, Dr. Pepper. I'll tell you what else I learned. I learned that it has been months since Cotton has drank anything but McDonald's sweet tea. And now she has this thing where she wants to drink some water every day. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to wake up every morning and remind you to exercise and drink water. I feel like I'm going to kill my friendship with Cotton very quickly at this point. But I got to tell you, not drinking water for months on end sounds really bad.
I mean, I don't like drinking water, but I recognize that it's somewhat necessary.
I mean, what can I say other than the fact that I drink between 8 to 10 liters of water a day?
It's so much water.
So yeah, it's a lot of water.
I can barely get how many ounces? Because I can barely get 80.
Let's see here.
You gotta pack a cup like this, Rob.
270 fluid ounces.
20-ounce cup.
Jesus.
1 liter water bottle. If you'll notice, I go through 1 to 2 of these every show.
Yeah.
I actually don't pay that much attention to you. That's why I never know when it's my turn, what's going on.
Don't worry. I know that you don't, and that's why I remind you when your turn comes around. What else can I say about myself? Because it's been roughly, maybe slightly longer than a month since we've met up.
Did you watch The Witcher?
I am on episode 5.
Okay.
Hey, I'm on episode 5 too, but for like the 3rd time.
Oh, okay. I've spent more time listening to Toss a Coin to Your Witcher than I have watching The Witcher. I got almost completely caught up on Acquisitions Incorporated, the C Team, which makes me really sad because once that happens, I'm going to be out of weekly podcasts besides Critical Role Season 2. And that show's been getting a little weird.
Has it? How so?
The latest episode, they just kind of wander around for a while.
Yeah.
They don't even lampshade it. They just say, "Yeah, Matt, we're not going to go to the main plot yet. Let's talk about how we eat breakfast."
Yeah. Like that episode was a lot of just like, man, it's been a while since we played. Fuck it. Let's just do whatever. Not even going to pretend. It was interesting.
Well, I mean, that is partially what people tune in for, is like their antics. So, right? So, like,
Oh, yes, their antics. Look, here's the thing. Critical Role announced that they were releasing, with Matt Mercer as the lead author, the Expedition to Wildmount or whatever, the Critical Role official canon source book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally canon, not homebrew, which means that Critical Role is now... It already had been fully canon because of Arkin. When he showed up at the end of the first season and stole the hand of Tiamat, and then that became part of the official D&D storyline. He's in an adventure module with that hand now.
Yeah. It's the hand of Vecna.
Oh, it's the hand of Vecna, right. He's a paladin of Tiamat, and he stole the hand of Vecna, and he's a death knight, basically. I can't believe they let him team up, though. He's like, yeah, man, I'm totally evil. And everyone's like, this guy, look at this guy. Let's wrap an arm around his shoulder. He'll never betray us. What a great addition to our team. And then he's just like, I take the hand of Vecna, stick it on my own hand after cutting my hand off, and then I peace out. I teleport away. Everyone, the whole studio was like, what?
Yeah. Who could have possibly foreseen this?
Anyone could have foreseen. Do I have any other useful things to talk about during my break? I have a lot of useless things, mostly regarding Fate Grand Order. So I'll skip that. My Fate Grand Order is out there, know what I'm talking about. I'll say this. Pay attention, folks at home. I'm not about to babble. I'm about to talk about real shit. Radasaurus suggested to me. If you might recall, Radasaurus guested on the show one time. Well, technically twice, and managed to upset the whole apple cart in the process. That apple cart was flipped over. Everything was wild and crazy. There was a casino. Everyone was being shot. The end of that storyline revolved around all the player characters being captured by an evil slaver.
Those were some of my favorite episodes. That was the
Good,
best.
Excellent, great.
Whoa,
I mean, that's what happens
happen?
when you upset the apple cart. The apples, the delicious apples, roll right onto your plate, your slave plate. Radasaurus suggested that people might want prints of art, and I said, I don't know what an art print is. But if you're at home and you think, hey, I would like an art print of something I've seen on this show, of something that one of these artists have done, you can contact me, or just contact them directly. I'm just here to facilitate. Get prints from them. I'm sure that they can work out a deal with you where they'll sign that shit, ship it to your house for a semi-reasonable, non-Amazon cost to you. Get it. Throw it up. Let's do it. Let's help these people make some money.
Yep, definitely would do that.
And you can get very serious comic quality art from all these individuals.
Just remember that shipping internationally is very expensive.
Yes, I'm sure that anyone that lives internationally is aware of that.
And we're all USA based, so.
I mean, am I in the United States still? Who knows? All I have is a green screen behind me. For all you know, I could be in space. Am I even real? What is real?
I mean, if you're in space and we're not, I'm going to be very upset with you, because I've been campaigning hard for that space campaign for a while now.
I mean, we had a space campaign. You just weren't here for it.
That's true. I was not.
You're only real if you're actually a member of the cast.
And I know you want to do a D&D space game, and I do too. That's what you didn't mention. You didn't mention the Spathizit Nova Ward comic that you made since the last episode. You made it real, and you put it on Webtoons. Isn't that right?
I did.
And I like it. I like it a lot. It's very dark, though. It's fucking alarming.
A semi-rough for the next episode that, I did the next day, and then I haven't done anything with that since then.
I cannot wait. I'm going to rotate through some art, so we're not just...
I was getting pretty excited by that space D&D thing. I mean, I'm loving where that could go, too.
Yeah.
So...
Look, at some point, that space D&D campaign will be real. It's going to be a thing I'm going to do at some point. Whether it's with you guys or somebody else. I know you don't want to hear this, but I do see other groups.
Look, if it's...
I didn't know we had an open group relationship.
Yuck, yuck. If it's space D&D, all I want is to let's take our characters to space. I think that'd be a good compromise.
You're like, all right, fuck Corsairport storyline. We're going to go into space now.
Nope, I like Corsairport, but if everyone wants to go in space, I like the characters more. So if we could somehow transfer,
I got to tell you that Acquisition Incorporated, the C team, did that. The first part of their 3rd season, I think, was their magical horse transformed into a magical ship. It transformed into a spelljammer, basically, and then they went to space and killed a couple gods, and then they came back home, and their space family was like, "We love you, and we'll see you in 2 seasons. We'll be back. Bye."
I will admit that if I were to do a new campaign, I probably would either recreate Ash or Win. Like those are the two classes that sort of interest me right
the
now.
only 2 characters you know how to make now.
Well, like those
You're
two
like the guy in
classes I
Diablo that's like, new season started, time to make another barbarian.
I like what I like. I mean, I also like dwarves, but that's just like how the first time with.
I
mean, look, let me hit you with a remix. A dwarven version of Ash.
Oh man.
I think I make new characters, but really I make the same character, just with different stats.
I gotta tell you that Fulborg and Mortrick could not be more different. For one thing, Mortrick is useful. All right, I'm gonna pass this off. Pass my intro off. I don't know where to go from here. I just feel like it's been so long, I can't even begin to recount all the things I've done since the last episode. And none of them have been particularly interesting. Rob, have we done you yet?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it was
well then
cast
it's
to me
just
and I
Connor
passed it
then?
back. No, we did Connor too, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah, more or less.
Well,
Connor,
I'll talk about Ash.
Connor started us off. He said, "Hey Mick, how's it going?" So I know we haven't done Connor.
Well, Connor immediately
Connor
threw it to me,
stole
so I threw it right
the
back.
host from me. He basically teed us off. Don't think I didn't notice.
There was a brief pause, and I said, "Well, let me fill that pause with." Something.
Oh my god, a brief pause? Listen, you should try seeing me get a brief pause in for the other game, the Wednesday night D&D game, during the pre-show. They're like, all right, let's talk some really intense whiskey talk. And I'll sit there until we're at like -2 or -3 minutes, and they'll stop to breathe for a second. I'm like, okay, can we get the show started now?
Whiskey talk is important talk.
No, it's not.
What's
Connor.
whiskey talk?
Yeah, well, Connor, why don't you tell us about whiskey talk and also what you've been doing?
Just been doing the holidays, and then of course trying to get back into shape.
Yeah.
Getting on the final bits of the game, and then also getting into what might be the next issue of something that you people who are familiar with my work may know. And yeah, just been trying to promote also the book because we got it out in the stores now. That's what I've been up to.
So would that be White Ash that you might be working on again?
White Ash Volume 2?
White Ash issue 5. Yes. Is the
All right. I'm glad I forced you to answer that question because I've been chomping at the bit for White Ash.
White Ash?
Yep, we got a lot more story go, and I've been chomping at the bit to get the bit to get to it.
Yeah, I like that slip.
Why are you chomping on bitches?
I'm just chomping on not being able to talk. That's just my life, though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but yeah, so that's been the case for me. Other than that, watched The Witcher, which was pretty good. But I guess if you haven't finished it, we can't really talk about it.
I watched it, and what I can say is I've only read the first novel, and so it's kind of nice remembering some of the characters that were in the first novel. So that was it. That's all I got. It was good. I liked it.
I played all of Witcher 3. Not the DLCs, but I played all of Witcher 3. And I gotta tell you,
Witcher 3 again is pretty good.
I have to say, the Witcher series is totally non-canon for me. Because there hasn't been a single time where Geralt has walked up to someone and say, fancy a game of Gwent, and then someone spent 5 seconds nodding their head after accepting before going to the Gwent port.
I love Gwent.
Hasn't been a single mention of Gwent.
Well, they haven't really spent any time with the dwarves, really.
I don't think they mentioned Gwent because I've seen the whole thing and I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's the card game that they play. It's super important in the Witcher video games. And in Witcher 3, you just straight up play it. And then they made a game called Gwent the Witcher game. It's a video game that's literally just the Gwent game without any Witcher in it.
That's
and
fantastic.
then they made Thronebreaker, which is a sort of a story, an RPG game where the combat is done through Gwent.
Yes. Look, you listen. I feel like if anything, Mick would totally be a monster decker. So whenever you play a monster card, it pulls all other cards of that monster out of your deck onto the field. So you can rapidly multiply very early on everything into the battlefield. But then, in the late stages of the game, you have nothing left because it's all already hit the battlefield.
It's already out there.
Yeah.
He could be a Skelliger gamer.
Ugh.
Which you don't know about because you didn't play the DLC.
Ugh.
I just got into that. I just got into the DLC. It's pretty sweet.
I mean, I have the DLCs. They're all installed. I beat everybody on the continent. Okay? I've been to Skellige. I did the whole Skellige storyline. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but they introduced a Skellige deck into the DLC.
Well, listen, there isn't a single Skellige player who I haven't already beat the ass off of. Okay? I'm the fucking champion of Gwent at this point.
But you haven't played as the Skellige faction. That's what I'm saying. Because they introduced a new faction. There's
I understand what you're saying, Connor.
Okay.
I'm just saying at this point, I'm more likely to destroy all of Skellige than I am to play the DLCs.
Oh, it's good.
It's like 130 hours to beat the base game. I was exhausted. And then it was like, oh yeah, I'm Tom of the Lantern. Why don't we go down here into the sewers to fight some sewer beasts? And I was like, no, I'm done.
The thing is, you liked the Arthurian legend, or you mentioned it anyway earlier in the books. The DLC gets into that.
No, one of the DLCs does. I think Blood and Wine gets into it.
Yeah, Blood and Wine.
That's not
exactly.
the first DLC. The first DLC is Heart of Stone.
Yeah, it's the Gontaro Dim and all that stuff.
Connor, it's still your intro. What you got? Anything else going on?
No, that's about it. Just Witcher. I've been reading the books again and I've been enjoying those. And I will say let me just say that the Witcher series is also non-canon for me. So,
for me, the games are what's canon.
The games are good.
Well, the third one's good. The second one is terrible, and I'm guessing the first one is also terrible.
The first one is amazing, and the second one is also amazing.
No, it's not.
It is.
I played it for like 2 hours, and I was like, "This is dumb. I don't."
They're
like this.
dated. Like number 1 is dated, but I played Witcher 1 when it came out, and it was amazing.
Is it dated like Diablo 1 is dated? And that like, hey, I did really enjoy that at the time, but never again under any
If you don't know anything about The Witcher, stop listening for the next 30 seconds because I'm about to fucking spoil so much shit. Let me tell you something about the Witcher games, all right? It tries to induce a sense in you that Triss Merigold is somehow an equal partner to Yennefer, and that the two of them together, you have to pick between one of the two. Triss Merigold is a fucking monster. She's a horrifying human being. There is no way she can measure up to Yennefer.
But the thing
seems really nice in the show.
Yeah, the things Yen does though in the game are pretty awful.
Let me tell you this exact situation how Triss fucks everything up. So you're not gonna know this, Mick, but at one point in the game and in the novels, Geralt loses his memory. All right, and when he gets back, Triss Merigold shows up and is like, Geralt, is that you? I'm your best friend, Triss Merigold. Also, we're dating. Basically, we screw all the time. And you're not dating anyone else. You've never known another woman's touch. So we're exclusive.
That's
and then later, you meet up with Yennefer, and she's like, Triss told you what now? That bitch said what? We are literally fated, destined lovers. And Triss said, what? And for some reason, Yennefer and Triss get over it. They're like, we're still best friends now. And I'm like, yeah, this is the most immersion-breaking thing I've ever seen in a video game.
Best friends?
It sounds like it was written by a dude.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something.
dude's
Geralt
fantasy.
gets over it too. He's like, I understand why Triss had to do what she did. And I'm like, what? What is there to understand about it? She lied. She lied intentionally. She was deceptive. She was so thirsty. She literally couldn't keep it in her pants.
Well, keep in mind, if you haven't played, I don't remember the exact quotes from the first games, but I don't think those are the exact quotes. And if you haven't played them, you don't
She
know what the
took
exact
advantage
quotes are.
of an amnesiac, Connor.
She did. Yeah, she did.
That's all there is to
But
it.
she's in love with them. That's, I mean, like,
That's also like the last 12 books.
Okay.
of the
You presented the
24-book
exact
Tarzan
same
series.
scenario to win in the episode where the succubi were sort of encountering her, right? You did that. Like, you did that in this story. So you
And
can't
what
be
choice
like,
did you
oh my
make?
God.
Did you choose a monstrous path?
No, Win chose,
Yeah.
maybe that would be a difficult decision.
Connor, thank you for proving my point that really baseline human decency will win out over cutthroat deluxeness.
But it's not true love that Win feels. So,
Oh my god, Connor.
because The Witcher believes in the concept of true love, and that's sort of, comes the.
No, he doesn't! He doesn't
Well,
believe in any emotion.
I'm saying The Witcher as a story, like the story believes in
Okay,
true love.
yes. It does, but only because they wish themselves into true love.
That wasn't exactly the wish.
That was exactly the wish!
No,
they-
it wasn't. It was.
do they-
It was
There's a whole
Tell you this-
storyline. It's called The Last Wish. First off,
Right.
it's a whole book. And
a whole
second,
book.
it's a quest in The Witcher 3 called The Last Wish.
But he didn't wish that they were to
Oh,
love
he
each other.
wished that their destinies and fates were intertwined forever.
Right, which is not
Okay.
the same thing. That's not
My
the same thing.
bad, Connor. Guess what? Turns out that when they undo the wish, they still love each other.
Well, that's the game, but yeah.
Oh
Exactly.
my. Okay, talking to you is exhausting on this regard.
It is true. It is
Witcher
exhausting.
3 is the only canon. Triss Marigold is shit. Yennefer
yeah.
or die.
Yennefer is the true cause.
All right, let's take a look at what
I feel
Shepard
that same way about Ashley What's-Her-Face in Mass Effect. I mean,
Oh God.
Ashley or Caden?
yeah. I mean, whoever you see first, that's who you got to hook up with.
No, you have to hook up with Liara. What's wrong
But
with
you see Caden first.
Well, right,
No,
but it's not
you
an
have to
option
let
in Mass
Caden
Effect
die.
1.
You just have to let Caden.
Oh, yeah, no, Caden always dies.
Absolutely. I mean, he wants it. He asked for it. He's like, I'll do it, Commander. I will stay
you
behind with this nuclear bomb.
Are you sure Caden isn't an option in episode
He's
1?
not. He's not. I mean, if you
He
play
is.
it,
If you
if
play
you
a
play
male
a Fem
character,
Shep-
he is a gay
Yeah.
love option.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go, Nick.
Is
what
he?
happened?
Yes.
What
I don't
happened?
think he was. I could never like. I mean, they kept
tried?
feeding me the Liara thing, like no matter what.
Okay.
Mass Effect
didn't
1
think-
romance.
I didn't think you could
Available.
do the gay option until.
Caden Alenko, Ashley Williams, and Liara Tassoni are the three options.
Well, we knew that, but it was a
Oh,
question as to
Caden
whether.
is female shepherd. Okay.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I thought it had to be specifically female shepherd. Yeah.
Because I don't think Ashley is all like I don't think Ashley will.
Yeah,
swing
she's
both.
not an option if you're a fem shep. Then
You
it's
need-
between Caden and Liara.
You need Dr. Liara Tassoni. First off, archaeologist. Second, eventually becomes the leading mobster of the entire universe. Third, gets a submachine gun and steps on people's throats.
I'm gonna get called out for this, but
Yeah, I know
Tali-
you're into that mommy thing.
Tali was the best girl.
Tali Zora? Really?
Yeah, she got that.
Really?
She
You
got
can't
that
kiss
vibe.
her
I don't
without
know.
killing her.
Yeah, I know it's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem.
It's
I don't know. I
complicated.
got a little bored with the character of Liara.
Look, if you are playing female shepherd, there's no better option than Garrus.
I never played female shepherd, so I don't know.
Well, I've played through all 3 games 3 times. So listen, I've experienced pretty much everything that you can.
Wait, fem shep, regular shep, and then just random shep? Like,
Paragon Shep, Renegade Shep, and then whatever the hell I want Shep.
I tried to play Renegade Shep, but like 2 dialogue wheels in, I was like, I'm so tired of being mean. I've got to go back to being nice. So I've played through Mass Effect 3 times as well. Nice ship every time. Like, I
Yeah.
just can't not do it.
I've only played Paragon. If I played it again, I would definitely try Renegade. But I feel
Oh
like
my god, Renegade is so great. If you do the DLC for Kasumi and you show up in the suit and you're Renegade and your whole face is covered in fucking scars that are glowing, you basically look like an evil monster in a tuxedo. And everyone's like, "You okay?"
yeah, the scars are too much. Like, just because you're
Oh,
kind of mean
trust
to
me,
people.
you don't even know. When you go Renegade, they start, more of them show up and they begin glowing off of your face.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
it just seems a little literal, as if the game is taking a very literal stance on your.
It is taking a literal stance.
Uh,
It's just like in not Mass Effect, Metal Gear Solid 5, where your horn will grow based on how evil you become.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why my horn was very small. Till the end of the game, where your horn is forced to grow when you start slaughtering people indiscriminately, murdering hundreds of people.
I thought you could go for like a no-kill run.
You can, but in the final cinematic of the game, you start killing everyone,
Okay, I never beat that game.
and your horn immediately goes to like full length. All right. Do you have any other intro topics to discuss before we kick this thing off?
Wait, we're actually gonna play tonight?
Yeah. We're only 36 minutes in. Not even our longest intro.
Good stuff. I'm ready.
All right. Great. Previously on this show, we had 5 members. Cotton is out, just in case you skipped introductions. She's got a fever and she can't talk, so there's none of that. Mick is not playing Mia Theed. He's playing full board.
I can.
No, he's playing full board. He's committed to it, 100%.
Who is Mia Theed? I want to know now.
No, you don't want to know.
Mia Theed is fantastic.
Mia Meathead, as some call him, when it's not weirdly capitalized, is Mick's attempt to make that thing where we go into space happen. He just desperately wants to have televised matches.
Oh, I see.
I'm a streaming dungeon delver.
Yeah, you gotta get that Witch Prime, of course. You know? Look, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta gemcast everything. You know, gemcast rights are everything.
Yeah, they're everything, right?
Yeah, you can't penislate without a gemcast. All right? We find ourselves in a particular inn. Outside, the sign says Twisted Knot Bakery. It also says several other things, including a church of that one god. The greatest god, some have called him, but now I've literally forgotten his name. Cause
Guzendoth or someone else?
no, that's Connor's god.
Yeah.
Laos. The Shrine of Laos.
No.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No.
The Shrine of Laos is, first off, not a god, and it's from the old original storyline.
Right.
It's literally just a dwarven champion. The name of the god is Jatat, the trickster. Inside, through foggy windows, we find 3 individuals seated at a table, looking out as the typical morning chill of Corsairport begins to fade. Sitting around a stew pile, there is a letter on the table that has been left by the barmaiden, one who we all know and love, Tara. The letter reads the following: My dearest Ash, I have to return to my patrol among the plains, fighting the forces of pure evil. I hope this letter finds you well. Remember to always follow your heart and destiny, and glory will find you. Your father also loves you very much, even if he doesn't show it. I hope one day that you, all of your brothers and sisters, and your father's souls will be collected and turned into angels to fight beside me. Love, Mommy. Kisses and hugs. Kisses and hugs. There's also a lipstick stain on there, but the lipstick is letting off the pale glow of moonlight and little hearts rise off of it in a way that makes you certain that this was 100% done by some sort of celestial being.
Can Fulbork see this letter?
Yes.
Like, that looks like witchcraft. We'd better burn it. Do I have any fire spells? Hold on.
No need, Fulbork. This is from my mother. You don't have to worry about this.
Oh, you're the son of a witch? Wow, you grow more impressive every day.
My mother's name is Aisha, and she's an angel.
Yes, that's what I said. A witch.
I would appreciate you not calling my mother a witch.
Understood. We all have those, secret family shames we'd prefer to stay buried.
There is no shame in having a mother for an angel.
Or an angel for a mother,
Or a witch for an angel?
Yeah, I mean...
That's what you meant.
Listen, evil is relative, and angels are the devil.
I don't know where you got your information from. Where have you heard this? What church do you worship at then?
I mean, I'm a bugbear, so just our whole outlook on life is kind of diametrically opposed to your outlook on life.
Is that so? I did not know that. How so?
Well, you know how all dark-skinned elves are evil and how all Duragar are evil? There's just things that are evil no matter what you want them to be or wish they were. And angels are one of those evil things.
And who told you that?
Oh, it's just known around the village.
It is known.
It is known.
It is known. It is the way.
Were we to have the time and life not in threat, I might go into this topic with you. But Fulbork, you'll have to trust me on this, that you're mistaken.
Oh, if that's what the champion says, then yes, I will completely forsake all of my deeply held personal beliefs to uphold your beliefs, champion. That's what I'm here for.
That's what I want to hear.
Excellent.
Oh boy.
How would you like me to die today?
Mick, I was really hoping that not only didn't we establish last episode that Fulbork had come to recognize that he is himself a hero? Right?
I mean,
Isn't that what Cotton essentially tricked you into thinking?
That is true.
That you no longer need to be subservient to everyone, but an equal partner?
I mean, it takes a long time to break a lifetime of training, but I will do my best.
At any rate, I suggest we table this discussion and maybe head out, unless there's other pressing matters that you wish to attend to.
No, I am eager to kill whatever it is we'll be killing today.
What are we heading out to do? I've been working in my workshop for the last few days. So what have I missed?
Gizmo, we're going to
kill something.
No, hopefully not. Well, I don't
Isn't
say.
That how
I don't
you
know.
Get paid?
You think we'll salvage some magic or some mysteries?
I think today's the day we're going to finally find Wynn. We've got a map. We've got directions to where she's being held, and hopefully we can try and negotiate with these drow.
Ooh, drow have powerful magic. I'm in.
It's because they're evil. All of them.
The dark elves,
Without
right?
exception. Yeah. All dark elves are definitely evil.
Listen, friends at home, you missed an entire pregame discussion on how not all drow are evil. They're not called dark elves.
I think on the website, though, they are called dark elves.
Oh, boy.
Right? For the character creator.
Oh, Connor.
Anyway, fine. I digress.
Let's go rescue this lady friend of yours, which I might add. As long as does your other lady friend know of this lady friend?
My mother? Does my mother know of Wynn?
Oh, that's true. You have two other lady friends, because wasn't there a succubus that I hear of quite frequently?
I could go on and tell you the story, but We have other matters to attend to.
Yes,
maybe on the road.
Your other lady friend.
She was not a lady friend.
Oh. Well, then why are we rescuing her?
What? You are mentioning too many lady friends. I can't keep this straight. Suffice to say, well, lady friend is a terrible generalization. And let's go rescue Wynn, I say.
Yes.
Unless we have further tasks.
If that is what the hero wishes to do today, then this hero will also wish to rescue someone.
You admit you're a hero.
Only because of the company I keep.
All right. I've got my shield. I've got my projectile gun. I'm ready to go.
How's your donkey?
I think my donkey I'll leave here for this. This sounds like a complicated trip. Unless you guys need it.
We might be staying there a while, depending on the status of the camp there. I don't know how big or how long our journey will be, so it might be wise to bring him or her along.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was a him or her, but okay, I will.
Greta is a she.
Is it Greta?
Yep.
That sounds about right. Glad someone remembers.
So you guys have no idea where you're going. You have a general landmark path that has been laid out by your good friend and extremely trustworthy ally, Lomenthal Cyranor of Clan Blackweb.
Oh yeah.
With a letter of introduction.
Right.
People are saying Ash's mom has got it going on. I don't know that you've ever actually finished a drawing of Aisha.
Yeah, that was the intent, right?
I have the prototype of it, and listen, Connor, I feel like I've learned a lot about your mommy fetish that you admitted to having before the show.
Yes, of course I did.
I mean, we all heard it. We all heard it, and some of us made fun of you about it.
I mean, that's only natural for people who have mommy fetishes to be made fun of. I guess.
Oh my god. So glad Cotton isn't here tonight. I hope she skips this episode. What's the plan? I mean, you don't know where you're going exactly. You don't have a perfect trail guide, so you're gonna have to wander around. You need food. You probably need camping equipment. And you know what's great at storing those things? A mule or one Greta.
Greta with a bag of holding. Not everything would fit though, but yeah.
Do you have a bag of holding?
Yeah, the saddlebags, remember? They're infused.
Wow, look at this. Mr. Fancy Man.
Well, I got a bedroll, so I think we all have bedrolls, right? I think we're good. I mean, I got some rations.
Live off the land.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be living off the land.
That's right, because Cotton normally has all of you live off the land, but you don't have access to her.
I mean, I'll make a roll. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, survival roll every day.
Otherwise, Fullbark always comes prepared to support the heroes of the party.
No, I'm definitely gonna help with that survival thing. I think I'm just gonna I'll just pass out rations. I have some rations in my bag. No, I mean, because
you got the.
I think I already gave away all my rations.
You don't have any rations?
As soon as I see the hero going out, I don't have any on my sheet, so I must not.
You should buy some.
Would you like to buy some in town?
Yeah, I'll buy some rations.
All right, so you head out to get some rations.
How long are we going to be gone?
Yeah, any estimation? Week, 2, 3?
What's I confer it to the map and try and gauge.
Oh, there's no map.
I thought
we gave you a series of directions to land.
Directions, yeah.
And those directions are from the prison of Elberod King. So
I think expect several days.
You would expect, based on Lomenthal Cyranor's directions, that it could take 2 to 3 days if you knew where you were going perfectly.
Okay, so I think we should plan for 2 weeks.
The rations are 5 SP per person per day, and they're 2 pounds.
Okay.
So I'm gonna buy I guess. Can I buy 10? Yeah, I'll buy 10 more.
So,
rations.
Ash, the instant you set foot outside of the Twisted Knot bakery, brewery, inn, church, people are slapping you on the back, and they're just like, "Ah, Prince Hyrule!" And other people are like, they knuckle their forehead, like, "Ah, Ash, good work."
Hey, folks.
You can see a whole string of craftsmen are working at replacing the gap in the northern wall that has been destroyed by plants and some sort of battle damage. The lumberjacks hard at work. The wood carvers bringing down another tree. The money that you have put and donated towards the town has revitalized the local economy. In a way that has never happened for you here. People seem excited to have something to do, and not the boring drudgery of living in a shithole at the edge of the world.
So I asked them, how goes the work on the wall?
So someone stops near you and says, ha, 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 ha. We're talking young man, maybe 25-ish, sandy hair, loose shirt covered in sweat, trousers. This is my lord, my prince, I should say. Work's going well. You know, we got our hand axes, we got knives. We're just chopping everything down, taking all the damage out of the way so we can get new stuff in there. You know?
Have you everything you need?
Yep. The rope makers making rope, glue makers making glue. We just, you know, leather makers making the leather. Everything we need in order to get this thing back up and running. I spread a little bit of extra coin to the town guard, apparently, in order to have someone watch over the site, keep order. I have to tell you, it's nice being able to get a nice warm drink every night at the tavern with a little bit of extra money.
Well, just remember, it wasn't with my help alone. It was also Lyra who contributed to the wall.
He nods. And someone brushes up against you. He shoulder checks you.
I react, say, hello, are you in a rush? Or something?
It's Zoshala and his sister, Lashoma.
Okay.
He says, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Then he keeps walking past you.
Should we go after him, hero, and kill him for his effrontery?
When you say that, Fullbore, someone appears right beside you out of the mist. They literally apparate out of the mist, and they're wearing a hood, but you could see that the hood has cutouts for their pointy ears. We're talking whole body hood, like Assassin's Creed style, but without any weird leather contraptions on it. Just like white robe, difficult to see the face. A woman's voice says, "Yes, should we start killing? Is that what we're doing here?"
I don't believe.
I believe we are. Yes. Would you like to kill with us?
I love killing.
Who are you?
Someone grabs her arm. You recognize it as Dargor Brightward, the human fighter.
Who?
And Dargor, your new best friend, Dargor Brightward? You asked me last episode if you could hire him as a hireling, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Oh, right.
Dargor is just like, sorry, she wandered off. Don't listen to anything she says.
Is she quite all right?
She's fine. She has what we call main character syndrome. Sometimes when we're talking to people, she says really creepy stuff like, why don't we kill those guards right in front of the guards? Doesn't make any sense to me. Sometimes she talks about people while they're standing right in front of her.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. So he understand. He puts an arm around her shoulder and leads her back into the tavern. He's like, there, let's go. All right, let's get you some breakfast. You're just low blood sugar.
Take good care of her, Darfor.
It's Dargor.
Dargor
Bright.
Apologies, Dargor. I didn't mean that. Dargor. We're going to be adventuring into the woods possibly for several days. We might be able to hire you as a
As a shield.
As a meat shield.
as people to come with us.
Dargard turns slowly back towards you and says, I would love to take your coin.
It'll be at least 3 days to arrive there. What would 3 days cost us?
Well, I assume you'll be returning from this as well.
Of course.
So let's say a week.
Well, what's your daily rate?
What are you offering?
Can I do a check to know like what an appropriate daily rate would
Absolutely.
be for?
I mean, you're a prince. You have retainers, so you don't even need to make a check.
Okay.
It depends on how intense the work you intend to be is. Right? If you want to hire this guy as like a day laborer to haul your packs, something like a few silver a day, plus expenses for his food.
Well, he's a warrior, right? So
yes. If you want him to fight and bodyguard and kill for you, that's totally different.
Yeah, so about what would that rate be?
More like 10 gold a day.
10 gold a day?
Plus like hazard pay. Okay. And a share of the loot.
10 gold a day.
So it's a question of, do you want him to just haul your bags, or is he a functional member of the party? And if you're hiring him, you're also hiring the 2 other members of his adventuring party.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can handle that kind of gold expenditure.
Oh, please allow me. I was only using my money for food.
Dargor, maybe next time on second thought. We might need you in the future.
I understand. After such big expenses, you must be strapped for cash.
It's true. Putting together an entire wall for the town did deplete the coffers.
He turns and gives you a unusual smile and says, "Yep, you really know how to spend that coin very wisely."
I think it was an important investment for the town.
I agree.
Okay. I'm glad we're of one mind.
Connor doesn't know what to do if people don't argue with him.
Oh my god. Wow.
I'm just used to sarcasm. Yeah, I agree. I'm not used to that. So, who is it that bumped into Ash again? What's his name? I guess he's gone now.
It is Zoshala.
Zoshala, right? It's all right.
You've done some Zoshala art in the past.
I did draw. I don't know if I have it in this file.
It's all right. I have it.
Oh, you got it. Yeah. It's all right. I'm not sure what's causing Zoshala's rudeness, but well, we can take it up another day.
I believe it is hero envy.
Hero envy is. I mean,
After your great deeds, what does he have to brag about? Surely nothing as magnificent as your own accomplishments.
I wouldn't say I know him well.
He responds by lashing out at those he, perceives to be better than himself.
I wouldn't assume I know him well enough to understand his motives.
Yeah, you just have to make it up. If you're going to talk shit on someone, it doesn't matter what their actual motives are.
I wasn't aware I was trying to talk shit.
When you arrive at the local general store, Fullbork, you start trying to buy a ton of rations. And
rations for everyone.
The owner comes out and says, "My good man adjacent creature."
Yes, I need to buy rations for my party for several weeks.
I understand that rations are a attractive, if stale, and very salty option for adventurers. But if I might offer a alternative as a expert provider of provisions.
Oh, yes. This sounds promising.
Well, I just happen to have a recently crafted sled that has fallen into my care. One that I could offer at a discounted rate, which you could haul behind your wonderful horse creature.
Well, yes, that sounds fantastic.
I've
How
got
many
several-
rations will I be able to carry
No.
on this sled?
Friend, why take rations when you can take food and cook it instead?
Ooh, that is a much better idea.
Flour?
Would such a sled be able to traverse the jungles and the wild lands of this?
I believe so.
Island.
If the goods are secured on it properly, of course.
Really?
I believe so. First off, it's not a jungle; it's just a giant forest, and
He seems like a very trustworthy
it's
man.
like the California redwoods. So there's plenty of space between the trees to travel.
True. Okay.
That's all you're going to, right? Is the forest. If you go to any other location, there could be trouble.
I checked the map, and where am I
You've
going?
heard that the southern area where the drow might come from is a kind of desert badlands, a la
Okay.
Western movies.
So friendly to sleds.
It will be functional to sled capability. So he starts breaking down pepper, 2 sheep, several chickens, some fresh beef, salt, flour, ginger, potatoes. Just giving you enough fresh food
Yes, definitely. We
to
need more of
last for a
this.
week.
I'll admit, man, I don't know how to cook. So
Oh, don't worry about it. I can cook.
you can?
Sure, certainly I
What
can.
kind of food do you cook? In what
Um,
style of cuisine are you expert in?
I mean, most goblins and bugbears and hobgoblins, we just eat it raw. But I understand that you want it to cook, and I have this spell called Firebolt, and I'll just cook it all in one big pile, and then we can pass it out from there.
I think I'd sooner take the rations myself, if those are my 2 options.
But surely you think a nice hearty meal before the adventure begins would be much better for the party?
I'm not used to. I'm used to survival rations on the road. I don't think it's a big concern. But if you're going to cook everything with a thunderbolt or a firebolt, I don't think that'll be very appetizing.
Well, I guess we'll find out when I try. I'll keep buying everything.
He offers you the sled plus the rope to lash everything to the sled, plus 21 rations, which is enough for 3 people for 1 week, for 35 gold pieces.
I paid the sum.
And he tries to upsell you on a chicken. He's like, "Are you sure you don't want a chicken?
Oh, we better get that chicken. I think we need the chicken.
It's only 2 copper pieces for a chicken. I mean, that's less than a pound of salt.
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely need that
This
chicken.
is some premium chicken. I mean, you can kill
It
it.
looks very good. It looks very much like a chicken.
You adventurers, surely you must know how to skin monsters, correct? All you have to do is kill it somewhere along your adventure, skin it, get the meat parts out, then just throw it into a pot with some water, some other, you could break up your ration in order to provide a sort of nutritional vegetable content, turn it into a sort of crumbly stew.
It sounds very complicated.
Well, as long as you're getting a chicken, can I get you some flour to go with it? And maybe you can kind of create a sealed exterior, kind of greasy fried chicken contraption.
I don't
will
know
buy
what
you
any of
this
that
footbark.
means, but my mouth is salivating.
I will buy you this footbark, but it is your responsibility.
Listen.
Excellent.
It sounds as if you're in need of an expert chef to go on your adventure with you. Someone who might be able to gather
Someone who can specialize in we do not have those
local
in the villages
herbs
where I come from.
and animals, plants, vegetables in order to spice up your rations. I mean, I don't want to sell you wrong. My rations are premium, of course. I would never sell someone bad rations, but after a week of rations, could you experience stomach aches,
It would be
nutritional
an affront
deficiency.
to their ability to not bring this person along to provide
My
for our
nephew
needs.
is available for hire. For a single silver piece a day, he will go with you, and he will cook your meals. And I'll even throw in a bonus. He'll help you load and unload that sled, and set up your camp for you.
I'm gonna stage whisper to Ash and be like, This is an old goblin trick. You bring along hired hands to help with the wagons, and then you can eat them at the end of the journey instead of paying them. Yes, your nephew is welcome to join our party.
So take that.
So Mick has become the joke that I originally made with the air ganassi and the rope. Just start randomly killing people while openly talking protagonist talk.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, was that inspired by Mick in the first place?
Well, it's inspired by people who play the game like Mick, yes. Not specifically Mick.
So
Is your relative ready to possibly face great danger in the forest? Because
Absolutely.
that is what
he
faces
straight up
us.
lies to you. Absolutely.
Can I make a deception check or
Just no need.
a wisdom check?
You understand that this guy is trying to, like, you could see the kid in the background. He's like kicking some rocks instead of loading and unloading stuff in the warehouse. You get the feeling that this guy is looking after his nephew, and he's looking for anything to get this kid to do something.
Yeah, he's trying to unload the guy.
Yeah. Uncle does not provide childcare services.
Was that a silver a day? You
A
said.
silver a day.
Well, I wouldn't want to go lower than the silver a day, really. Yeah. Okay. We'll take him along as long as he's ready to help around the camp.
So it's a kid, right?
How old is this kid?
Or is it a kid or a young guy?
He seems
or
like
what?
somewhere between 16 to 20.
All right. As soon as he comes over to the group, I'm going to kind of like squeeze his arm to get an idea of like the fat to muscle ratio content. Like,
He's in that area, growing young man, testosterone flowing through his veins. He's got those young kid hormone juices. The fat content is low, but the muscle's a little flabby.
okay, all right. I'm gonna to Ash be like, he won't be the best I've ever had, but
Yeah, he tries to get you off of his arm. He's like, my apologies, my lord monster.
But he should have some natural seasoning still. It will be all right.
He's like, yeah, we're bringing the flour along, and I got your stupid chicken in a cage right here.
Oh, what's
He's
your
starting
name?
to lash everything to the sled.
So I give Fullbark a knowing glance, saying, "You're not eating this, kid."
What is the kid's name? What is your name, young man?
His uncle goes to answer, and the kid slaps his uncle right in the solar plexus. So the guy's like, ooh. He's like, my adventuring name is Bolt.
Bolt. I'm going to name the chicken Bolt as well, for it is a worthy name of food.
I'm pretty
so
sure the
what's
chicken's
Bolt?
name is just food.
What's Bolt look like?
It's a great question. What does Bolt look like?
Well, he's flabby.
16-year-old, no, not
Well,
not super flabby.
His muscle is
Gangly,
is
I think, would be a pretty good word. Teenager, still growing into his body. Long legs, scarecrowish. He's got blonde hair, and it's got that messy bedhead look that makes it clear that, basically like my hair, where you make no attempt to do anything with it at all. I'm not saying his hair looks exactly like mine. I'm saying he makes no attempt to comb it whatsoever or do anything with it. And it might be a little disgustingly greasy.
So he doesn't look well kept.
I mean, he's wearing working clothing, solid boots, decent shirt, pants, but they're all clearly hand-me-downs that have been mended and reinforced in certain areas.
All right, Bolt. Well, if we're to take you on this journey, just remember, I do expect cleanliness on the journey, whatever we can make of it. We'll keep a tight shift, and we'll see you home safe.
Yeah, okay. Look, we're at least going to make a bunch of money this time around, right? Like, last time you came back, you had a bunch of money.
You shouldn't be concerned about money. It won't do you much good.
No guarantees in that regard.
Shall we then?
The primary goal of this of our adventures is not to make money. At least mine.
We
Certainly
are
not mine.
we are here to earn glory and to create a legend worthy of retelling down through the ages.
And
I
failing
guess.
that, we want to get some magic items. And secrets of the universe.
Also, some of us want stuff.
I just want to get paid.
A worthy endeavor.
I'm going to get another 5 days of rations just in case.
Yeah, okay. I'm also gonna buy. Okay, so how much gold did I spend there?
How much did you spend?
35 gold.
35, and then on top of that, I'm still gonna buy another 11 rations.
Okay.
I'm gonna take 35 of my gold and try to sneak it into Ash's purse.
5 gold for 11 rations.
Yeah, I took off 55 silver. Do I detect him, or like should I roll for that, or does he need to roll for that?
For what?
For sneaking his gold into my purse. Do you have 35 gold?
Yeah,
absolutely. Make a sleight of hand check, and
you guys did
Ash,
well while I was gone.
make a perception check in the process.
Okay. First roll of the night. First roll of the new year for me.
Oh, I have to show the game window then.
Oh, that reminds me. I forgot, because it's the year 2020, and that's 220s. What could be better than 220s? Not only do all of you have inspiration tonight, but for the entire year, I'm going to offer you a special inspiration that you can use at any time. On top of the inspiration you already have. This is a global inspiration, one time. Now let me see if I set this up right. I haven't tested it yet. Boom. Oops. I just fucked up real badly. I just showed part of the world map.
I saw that.
With all the secret locations on it. But if you saw the rolls, hopefully you don't go back and pause and look at the world map. It looks like Fulbright rolled a 24 and Ash rolled a 16, in which case you secretly have 5 more gold now.
it was just 5 gold. I thought it was 35 gold.
I thought that was how much you were slipping in.
No, I was going to slip in for every gold he spent. I was going to try and slip
okay,
in.
then yes, you slipped
35.
the whole. You slipped the whole amount.
All right.
Yep.
all right. Like as a player, all right.
It's like I spent $. What's the plan?
So I bring up Echo, and I'm guessing that Greta is hauling the cart, hauling the sled.
Yep, no problem.
Okay.
So the tack and harness, did we have tack and harness that come with the sled?
I assume that you already had it. Yes.
Okay. All right, so yeah, we'll tie up the sled to Greta and ready to go.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. What's your
I'll
plan?
ride Greta. Gizmo will ride.
What's the
Greta.
plan? The plan
what's
is
the
to
plan?
head in the direction of the.
Are
drowned
you headed
cat.
to the prison of Aelberod King, or are you going to try to how should I say this? Are you going to try to freestyle the directions?
No, we'll go to the prison first.
Okay, I need a survival check for the way there.
Okay. Want me to make it, or everybody, or
Whoever's leading the party.
Who's
and then I'm going to
leading?
need to know what order the party's going in.
Well, Gizmo and Greta are last.
Well, then Bolt is with you, walking beside Greta.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to be like just behind Ash. I'm going to be like an annoying dog where every time you turn around, it's right there underfoot.
Okay,
Okay.
so Ash, are you riding
yes?
your magical horse, whose name
Echo.
I forget? Echo? Yes.
Yeah.
The wonderful Echo, who we all love.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, please make that survival check, leader of the pack. That's a 9. Can you also roll? Can someone roll a d12? Let's call out who's doing it.
I'll do it.
I beat you.
Oh, got it.
D12. Ooh, here it comes.
Sometime around midday, it becomes clear that you're lost in the forest. You have no idea where you are.
No directional sense.
Even though Ash has taken this path many times before, it's always been with Lyra leading him to the ruins of Elberod King.
I was never really paying attention.
I mean, it's a forest. There's no path. Everything looks the same in every direction.
Exactly. I mean, who can remember these things, these details?
Lyra?
I'm sure you're just taking us on an alternate route, more full of adventure and coin and heroic deeds.
Do I have any idea, like, are we any closer? Like, how?
You have no idea. That's what being lost is.
Yeah. Well, okay. Are there any landmarks that I see that I recognize?
There are trees.
There's nothing, because there's also the rat cave.
You're not near the rat cave.
Okay. Well, then I guess.
I mean, listen. The functional distance of view is less than a mile in this place. And the rat cave and the prison of Elberod King are miles apart from each other.
Yes.
And you are probably miles from either of them. Although technically you could get very close to the prison of Elberod at this point and still not even know you were there.
Right.
What's playing? By midday, Bolt doesn't have any idea what's going on. He thinks everything's going great.
Yeah, well, I haven't shared with anybody that we're lost yet. So I guess everyone thinks we're fine. Right?
Wow.
Oh, I trust you implicitly.
I mean, I could share. I'm just saying I haven't yet because I haven't said anything. I'm not, guys. I'll have to be honest with you. This is the thing that Lyra would do. I'm not quite sure if we're close. How far we are yet? I mean, we're getting there. We're in the right direction, but I think I took us on the wrong path. One or two trees back.
The Bolt just says, "You're lost."
Well,
it's fine.
A hero is never lost. He's always where he means to be.
If this is where we ended up, this is where fate has taken us. There must be a reason.
Bolt reaches up and pats you on the shoulder. He's like, "Look, it's fine, big man. It's all right. You will either wander out here until we die, or we'll arrive wherever we're supposed to. It's not a huge deal."
So I think Gizmo's only been there once. Is there any chance that he can kind of contribute and at least give us...
On the next roll, you want to try to give advantage? Absolutely. If you wanna help guide. Sounds great. Make that roll.
So should I roll first?
You're rolling at advantage, so both sides of the die.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
you get
So
to
go ahead and
double.
roll.
Yeah. So
Which side
for
of the
those at
die do you
home,
want?
there's 2 20s on the table right now. So listen, Ash, you're looking around, and every time you choose a direction, Gizmo's just like, maybe it was that way. And within an hour, you arrive at the prison of Elberod King. Every time you made a decision, it was just this little gnome, just like, I think it was actually that way.
Maybe that way.
Yeah.
But you get all the credit.
I thank you, Gizmo.
Good job, Ash.
I knew it was fate that took us in that took us off path.
Fate and my journal book, which I took notes on.
So, at the prison of Elberod King, the 2 trees, the tree ants that froze in place, they are but stumps now. They've been chopped down.
Ooh.
There is also a sign out front, written in 3 different languages.
What languages?
Common, Elven, and Undercommon.
What do they say?
Do you speak Elven or Undercommon?
No.
Then in Common it reads...
I might. Let's see.
Just Common and Gnomish for me, unfortunately.
Just Common, yeah.
In Common it reads, Marketplace open, ! Get all of your sundry goods, food, shelter, traveling equipment, pleasures and delights.
You know, I turned to Ash. I go, you know what? If we're going to keep visiting this place and not empty it out, has anyone even asked, like, if they have any magic items? Maybe they've got something that would be handy.
If you want to ask, you're free to ask, Gizmo. We can go in.
It includes a instruction on how to function the exterior gate, which also was not available last time. Offering of blood and such.
Let's have who's our hireling?
Bolt.
Let's have Bolt do it this time.
You're gonna tell Bolt to cut himself.
Just his wrist, not a big deal.
Just his wrist?
Nice
Jesus
wrist.
Christ!
His palm.
Bolt, would you like to join and be a true blood brother in this band of heroes we've assembled?
He's like, yeah, absolutely.
Then
what kind of
please
dark
follow
magic
me-
shit are we getting down to? He whips
Follow
out.
me over here.
He whips out a way too large, real good knife, and he's just like, where do I stab?
Well, let me show you. And you certainly don't have anything to compensate carrying a knife that big around, do you?
Corsairport isn't as safe as some people make it out to be.
All right, so before he does that, I'm going to assemble my little creature, whatever it is, but I'm going to do the healing one. You remember that healing pulse one?
Oh boy, I haven't seen this. I'm super excited.
I got to go find it.
This guy with the hat is Bolt's dad. I haven't drawn Bolt yet.
Bolt's dad or Bolt's uncle?
Uncle. Yeah, of course.
This is literally like watching Boruto and them calling Naruto Boruto's dad. You don't even know the name of the guy you bought the rations from, but you went ahead and drew him.
All right, so it's called a protector. So it is immune to poison, psychic, and all conditions. It's bonus action. So if I use it for bonus action, grants 1d8 plus 3 temporary hit points to each creature of your choice within 10 feet of the turret.
Damn.
So it's still a turret. It shoots a healing blast if you're within 10 feet. So again, that's going to be a shoulder-mounted thing for me.
Rob,
Pretty
you're
cool.
badass.
This is why I like Gizmo. Gizmo's got a lot of cool stuff to start off with. Now, I got a question, though.
Yeah.
1d8 plus 3 temporary hit points is not the same as healing full hit points. But is that like what?
It goes above your full hit point bar. It's extra hit points, but if you get damaged by them and somebody heals you, they don't come back. That's why they're temporary.
They don't come back.
All right,
But-
imagine you have 30 hit points and you
Yeah.
gain 5 temporary hit points. You take
Yeah.
3 points of damage, someone tries to heal you, nothing happens because when you lose temporary hit points, they're gone permanently.
Okay, now what if you have 30 hit points, but you're down to 15 and you get these temporary? Then it's 15 plus temporary, right?
Yes.
Okay, understood.
So the temporary hit, like, you can be restored up to your maximum, but you can't go past that.
Okay.
You open. Hey. He is all too happy to bust open that door.
Excellent work, young man. Excellent. Now you are one of us.
All right. So
Let me move you to the next map. As promised in Season 3, we're going to be showing some mapping stuff. I'm really hesitant because I keep fucking this up, like showing all my GM notes to everybody.
everyone close your eyes until he says it's okay.
No, it's okay now. I'm working on it. Ash High Roll, Greta the Friendly Steed. I don't have a token for Bolt yet, but just imagine he's here.
So
When
I
you
post-
come down,
Mhm.
boom, we made it happen.
There we go.
And
Are we over here?
you are, but I'm assuming you're just going to go to Lomanthal's office immediately.
Yeah, true. Okay.
When you go in, everything has been reorganized. There are bookcases that have been cleared out of all of the weird leather stuff, human leather books. We're talking premium level content in here. Logbooks. There are bags of coin arranged around here. There's a bodyguard now who wearing full leather. He's a drow. He seems to be rather thick. Big guy, big muscles. Bluish skin rather than Lomanthal's more dark blackness. Still silvery hair, carrying a crossbow. He doesn't get alarmed when you come in, but he, turns to keep his body faced towards you. Lomenthal says, "My friends, you have
Good
come
day.
once again."
That is right. We're on our way to your camp.
It is great to be back amongst civilized peoples again.
Well, there have been many changes here since you have last come. The so-called flesh markets have closed, although we do offer other entertainments. If you have need of bounty services, we could use you to help clear more rooms, but there's now a general store and several rooms to sleep at. If you wish to purchase slaves, something along the drow slavery code rather than the harsh infernal code of the previous owners has been instituted. And there are even several runaways from my society whom you might purchase on as hirelings, although if you're heading back to Clan Blackweb, they will not return with you. Perhaps you can guide them to your human settlement.
Maybe on the return trip.
Do they know the way? When I talk to Ash, I go, concerning your map, maybe they can help guide us along the way of the map.
Yeah, we might do well with a guide, in addition to, of course, your directions.
He says, "My directions are excellent. But if you wish another guide, they might find themselves in need of coin. They find themselves struggling to pay their bills."
Well, what's their day rate?
He says, "You can ask them. I am not their master. They are free men now."
Fair enough. Gizmo, you had other pressing questions. I'll go in and ask them about what their day rate is. If you want to ask further about any kind of curios you might be interested in.
Yeah, so what's this guy's name? The elf?
Lomenthal.
This guy,
Lomenthal.
Lomenthal Cyrenar.
Okay, so yeah. I'm curious, since your shop is setting up and seems to be growing all the time, I'm curious if you've got anything that is arcane in nature, historical in nature, something that might assist me in developing...
You're in luck. We have recently gained the services of a arcanist of some kind. You might notice that the temperature is no longer rampant in here. He has
much more comfortable.
fiddled with the planar
Yeah.
comportments.
It's very chilly. Could we turn the heat back on, please?
No. I believe, if you wish, he could sell you several items. I understand that he is kind of a general purpose seller.
Understood. All right, so yeah, I'd like to talk to him and see what he's got for inventory.
He says, "Go ahead," and he gestures to the room with the fountain directly south of you. "He is a specialty client, and I only allow those I trust to enter into his domain. I'll have to ask you to leave your weapons, equipment, and companion here." He gestures towards your tiny little bot.
Don't worry. I'm used to being left out of these high-level meetings. I will remain outside.
No, you can go in as long as you strip yourself of your weapons and equipments. You must understand magical item trade is a lucrative business. We would all hate to lose such a esteemed colleague to being ripped off.
All right, so I'll go to Ash and go, "Here, hold my weapon. It's my repeater pistol, and I have the I'll call it my gizmo and put it on the ground, the turret."
All right, so the bodyguard gathers up all of your stuff and hands you a colored ticket. It's red. He goes to place your equipment into this side room that you've been into before, where Ash found the Ash poster. And then he opens the door for you to enter. Inside, next to the fountain, there is what is essentially a pile of fungus in the shape of a man. It rises up off the ground and says, "Hello. and then it breathes out some fungus spores towards you, and the bodyguard slams the door shut behind you.
Are they going to be all right?
Can we kill this dungeon now?
So Gizmo, this thing can communicate telepathically with you. He's like, "Don't
okay.
be alarmed. I only know one word in Sky Common. It's hello. I'm communicating to you on a telepathic level. Among my people, we call this vibing. We're vibing on the same wavelength right now."
Oh, fascinating.
Yes.
And is this just a close vicinity, or can this happen over a distance?
Oh, it can't go very far, I'm afraid.
Oh,
My
that's
people
excellent. Okay.
live in a sort of centralized location. I'm hoping to pollinate a few children soon.
Well, excellent. So I'm pollinate. Okay, so I dabble in the arcane, and I love to create things and invent and infuse items and create magic items. But what I need is access to more arcane objects. And I was told that you might possibly be someone to talk to.
Oh, I've got like 8 things lying around here. It's some good shit. You know, do you partake?
Partake in what? What are the 8 items you have?
Good shit. I mean, I definitely.
So he
good
just
shit to bad
he
shit.
scratches his body and pulls off some fungus and hands it to you. He's like, "Do you partake?"
I don't want to offend, but I do not partake.
Oh, no, it's fine. Not everyone can handle the dream. Well, he reaches into the fountain and begins pulling out potions. He says, "Well, look, I've got a potion of fire breathing and a potion of climbing. I've got a ring mail that's been magically enchanted. I think I have a Staff of the Adder still, if I didn't dream selling it. Pretty sure I haven't sold it. It's a stick that can turn into a snake. It's pretty dope."
And what was that ring mail you mentioned?
Oh, +1 ring mail. Yes, it's right here. And he knocks on one of the stone blocks that makes this place up, and that's the hollow one. And kind of pulls it out, and you can see some pretty nice steel ring mail that has been placed in there. It's seen some battle damage, it's seen some age, but it's been well taken care of, and it was definitely fancy at one point. It kind of glows with a light that indicates to you that it is magical.
Cool. So that's 4 things. Do you have what are the other 4?
I have something called smoldering armor and some spell scrolls.
I think I'm most interested, perhaps, in the scrolls. What do you have there?
Oh, I got a scroll of burning hands and a scroll of shocking grasp. How does that find you? We on the same wavelength here? Feeling
Yeah,
it?
how much for those?
Oh, I'd say like 50 gold pieces.
50 each?
Yep.
Okay. So I've got I don't have the funds for that, but I'm going away for right now, and maybe I can get some more. But I definitely would like to come talk to you again in the future, if that's all right with you.
Well, my stockpile will rotate, of course, and I could be killed at any moment.
Of course, totally understandable.
Look, you seem like a great guy, so I'm going to add you to my premium clientele list. You don't need to go through all that hoopla next time. Just come in, give the guard all of your equipment, and you can just walk right in here.
Understood.
It's not that I don't like that Lomenthal character, but he can be a bit verbose. When we vibe, we're still not on the same wavelength.
So I let him know my name. I go, what's your name? What do I call you by?
We don't have names.
Okay. I'll just use a name that I came
Mike
up
and
with.
Ed is fine. Some people call me Mike. mushroom fungus.
Mike. I like Mike. If you don't mind, I'll call you Mike.
We're really a collective species. We form communal hive minds and act as terminals for central intelligence. It's real lonely being without anybody else. That's why I'm trying really hard to just, the fungus like shrugs its padded shoulders, just big leaves of fungus. I just really want to bloom, spread my spores everywhere.
Ooh, I think my friends are calling. I think I got to take off now. But I go,
okay, well, when you get further enough away from me, the vibe will be broken.
Okay, understood.
Just make sure you don't end up running around naked somewhere. I heard from one of my cousins that happens sometimes.
Well, it's my honor to meet you. So thank you very much for your time.
Okay, yeah. Ash and Fulbrook, what were you doing during this conversation?
I probably fell asleep.
Oh my god.
And I went to go negotiate with the potential guide.
Very well. When you enter the next room, there is what is very clearly a dark dwarf, a Duragar, who greets you when you come in. He's missing several teeth. He's even shorter than the normal dwarf. The dude is absolutely unbelievably jacked. Just fucking 100% unit. His torso is wider than his waist. He says, you speak Ska Common?
Why, yes, sir. Do I know what he is? Like, do I know what a Duragar looks like?
I mean, you've heard of Duragar before. I don't know that you've ever seen one.
Yeah.
But you're aware that he's a dwarf of some ancestry at the very least.
Okay. Yes, sir.
He says, well, we got some general expenses here. The price will be slightly higher than what you're used to, I suspect, but can't get many goods in the middle of the damn Druid forest, so... I heard you're speaking with the Cyranor. If you're looking for the Drow, they're staying over there in that room. And he points to the room that you've been to before. There was a traveler. You walked in while he was sleeping, and then you bothered him for like 5 minutes, and he was like, can I go back to sleep now?
Right.
That room, he points over to there and says, they've paid me a decent amount to remain there. The hobgoblins, by the way, are still in business, and they notice you when you walk into the room, and they keep wary eyes on you, but they don't seem to be afraid of you.
And what's your name, good sir? And I'm speaking to the Duragar.
Name is Hamish.
Hamish. Thank you, Hamish. And I go towards the room with the Drow.
Okay.
I look them over. How many Drow are we talking here in this room?
3 Drow. They are wearing pants, no shirt. They seem to be in some pretty bad shape.
Yeah.
Cuts, bruises. Clearly, they've been through a recent physical exertion. They are huddled together for warmth on a blanket that might be made out of their shirts stitched together.
What wretched condition you guys are in. I'm sorry to see you guys.
When you start speaking to them, they all begin looking at each other and saying something in Elvish.
Do you speak Common?
One of them says, no Sky Common, only Common.
Okay, so I'm gonna... I don't know what the distinction is, like myself. So what is the... like?
Imagine if you lived underground. You wouldn't call it Undercommon. You'd call it Common.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
From their point of view, you speak Sky Common.
Right. Okay, I forgot about Undercommon. Gotcha. How about I say in Orcish? How about Orc?
They just kind of shrug and...
Okay. I try and do charades and describe if anyone knows the location of the Drow camp, Drow city, town.
Absolutely. Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Hi.
Is Bolt missing a tooth?
Yep.
A 7. They also begin making hand signs towards you. It's clear that you do not share a common understanding of body language.
Yeah. Okay, so I say I thank them and I leave, and I go back to Hamish. And I say, Hamish, might you know anyone that could show us the direction of the Drow camp that speaks common? Because unfortunately, those Drow do not.
They speak common just fine.
They don't speak Sky Common. I apologize.
Ah, right. Yes, you're uncivilized.
So, I don't suppose you know of anyone.
There are some mercenaries who you could hire to show you the way. Their price will be considerable. And I'll be honest with you, there's a pretty good chance that they might just enslave you along the way. I would hate to lose one of my customers, so I'm warning you uphand.
I think they'd find us hard quarry for that sort of thing. But it's true. I mean, are they Drow?
He does the Gwent nod when you do that. He's like, oh, like impressive talk. He says, no, they're Durgar, like me. Under dwarves. Yes, they're better than Drow.
Yes, I could see how that could be the case.
Do you? Like, he seems impressed when you say that. He's like, yeah, good. Glad that you understand your place in the world.
I've just simply heard enough to know about the Durgar, or I guess what I think are his people, that I would know not to mess with them.
Good.
Yes. Well, we could take one mercenary. How much would one mercenary be?
I don't think they sell one mercenary.
I see.
Mercenaries tend to run in packs.
That's fair.
You know, somewhere between 3 and 5, sometimes as many as 7.
Goose and Gus will have to guide our way then. Thank you very much, Hamish.
Oh, when you say that, he's just like, oh, you're an adherent to Guzenkas. Well.
Yes, sir.
He like pulls out a dagger and he kisses it and points it towards the sky. He's like, we follow all of the gods.
I repeat the ritual back to him. Is that like a ritual that?
Yeah, the two of you basically just like greet each other real quick in a goose and cousin style.
You just married each other.
No.
Might I be able to ask you if you know the location of the Drow camp yourself?
Oh, which one are you looking for?
I relay him the directions that the other guy gave me.
He's just like, that nonsense to me, surface talk. Which clan are you looking for?
Is there an underground tunnel that would lead us to the Drow camp?
No.
I see. So how would... Okay.
I traveled by night with a caravan.
I see. Okay.
We slaughtered our spiders when we got here for food.
And what did you ask me again?
What clan you're going to?
Clan
Black something.
Does Gizmo just appear out of nowhere?
No. I'm just trying to help my fellow player.
Is this Spaffizit Nova Ward that I'm looking at here?
It is.
Is he in some very serious trouble? He looks like he's in some deep shit.
Yeah.
Not really in that much trouble.
Oh shit moment.
I transferred all my notes from another computer, so my notes are on the other computer. I don't have them handy.
You literally have it written right above the word Hamish.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're looking for here.
Okay,
you've been looking at it all night long.
Well, no, I just wrote that down because I knew I would forget it. Okay, yeah, Clan Blackweb.
He says, I can give you directions to Clan Blackweb's hold. Are you sure you want to go to such a backwater?
Our friend has been taken there, so we're looking to get her back.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Why would you say that? Do you think they're particularly rough with their people?
I think it would be difficult for you to reacquire your purchase.
Oh, she's not our purchase. but I suppose she's theirs.
Oh, do you mean to contest?
Well, she is my subject, so that makes it such that she's not available for sale.
Yes, exactly. She belongs to you. You wish to contest her purchase.
Well, it makes her my subject. I wouldn't say she belongs to me.
It is clear that he does not understand the distinction in the way that you do.
Okay.
I know what you're saying. He doesn't know what you're saying.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. At any rate, yes. For short, that is the case.
He looks at the directions you've already been given and draws out a rough map that might help aid you.
Thank you, Hamish. And what might that cost me?
Nothing. I just think you survived to come back.
Well, thank you, friend. We'll see. And I bid him good day. And I give him the symbol of, give the act of goose and goes again. Whatever.
Okay. You all head out to leave then?
What's going on? Are we killing anything yet?
No. It's been an hour and 45 minutes, and we haven't even started the trip yet. This is a typical D&D episode.
Action-packed these episodes are. Fantastic.
I mean, why don't you roll the survival check and roll? I don't know if
we
it's low or
opened
high
the
on those-
episode making fun of Critical Role for Hollywooding breakfast. We became that which we detest. We're gonna go on break, guys, and when we come back for the second half in about 8 minutes, we'll find out more about what happens to these people if they can make it to the clan hold of Clan Blackweb.
We will continue to talk more.
Yeah, we will talk. That's for sure.